is you got to get to know him, and you will have the opportunity today. So welcome everyone to the Power Half Hour. Today we have a very special guest from LA. Is it LA or
Orange County, LA.
Orange County, from the OC, Mr. Raymond Tsai. No relation that we know of.
Yes. No.
But today is the double Tsai call. So welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, not related to Jack Tsai too, just to
Hey.
That's right. We all have no relation. When people ask me, I say yes, maybe 300 years ago. But
Yep.
any case, Raymond, for those of you for those of the audience that don't know you, please introduce yourself. Where do you come from, and what's your production, and where do you sell real estate?
So my team is established back in 2007. That's when I started real estate. And besides real estate, I also do property management and short-term rental management.
Wow.
Yep. And they're all operated by different partners. And we're from Orange County, California, where it's the border of LA County and San Bernardino County. Yeah. So
So they're right beside each other,
a,
San Bernardino and Orange County. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a kind of intersection of three counties in California. And our production, it's about 64, 65 transaction a year
Nice.
for our team. Yeah.
That's awesome. And when we first met, I think back 6 years ago, Raymond, you were in Mike Ferry. Are you still with Mike Ferry?
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
still with Mike Ferry. Yeah.
Perfect. And so I'm just going to get right into it. I got this question for you because a lot of people ask me, how do you build a team? And right. I built my team based on what Mike told me, which was get to as many deals as you can by yourself. Okay. And then have the leftover, deals that you can do, and then have your team service it. But I think you built it the other way, where you grew with your team in production. Right. You put people in place first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know, because it's a two schools of thought. One is, do it all yourself and then delegate. And then the other one is let's grow with partners together. Right. So how did you do it?
My philosophy in building a team, I build a team around the things I don't want to do.
Okay.
So that's how I started. And also when I started Mike Ferry, we want to start transition into doing more listings. And
gotcha.
By doing that, I had to make a decision to give all my buyer leads to my partner.
Okay.
So in a way, I have to burn the boat to conquer the island. Yeah.
I see. Wow. Okay. So you actually switched that mindset to go towards more listings when you got into Mike Ferry, but it was more so let's build a team so that I can just do what I enjoy, which is connecting with clients, and then delegate everything else.
Right. Well, to be honest, in the beginning, there wasn't planning, right? I mean, I can say that I thought this is how it's going to happen, but it was more of I'm going to find someone, give him all the buyers, and I'll force myself to find listings. Yeah.
I see. So
I only had one listing when I have Eric.
Okay.
He didn't know that. I didn't tell him that.
Like, who am I joining? Yeah. This guy only has one listing.
Yeah.
No, but you got an incredible story. You built up such a great team, and I can see, that you're really committed to, building that team. But let's back up. Where did you come from? And when did you move over to North America from Taiwan? And what was your upbringing like?
Interesting question. I'm a very traditional Taiwanese family. So my upbringing is always about hardworking, work hard, and save the money, build a wealth, right? So that's my upbringing. I grew up in Taiwan from when I was 1 year old until when I was 16, and I moved here to high school. Yeah.
That must have been tough because at 16, you've already grown and like, I know for the people that came here at 16, they have a hard time adjusting. And most of them actually go, who I know anyway, move back to Asia.
Right.
How come you didn't do that?
Okay. Well, good question. I couldn't find anything else to do here or in Asia. Yeah.
Same here.
And yeah, I think it was the second or third years into real estate. I was trying to, I applied jobs at Starbucks, 24 hours,
Wow.
and none of them would hire me.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm being forced to stay in the business.
Oh my gosh. Okay. But you have no problems, doing any job. You sold, what did you sell before real estate?
I was selling cell phones.
Cell phones. And how many years did you do that?
About a year to 18 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So not too long. And then you're like, okay, why don't I, if I'm selling this and I'm doing really well, why don't I sell a bigger ticket item, right? Is that how you got in?
No,
No.
I got fired. No.
You got fired. Wow.
Yeah, I was doing really well, and I got really big head. I think I'm the man of the company. They won't survive without me.
Wow. Okay.
And then they did really well without me. So yeah.
So let's talk about that. Thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable with the audience here. Ego gets in the way, right?
Right.
So how did you, come into real estate and control that ego? Because most realtors, we have big egos.
Right. Good. Thanks for asking that, because I still had my ego when I went into real estate, especially for real estate. Everyone that's either top 1 of something or top 10 of something.
Yeah.
So my first few years, I was top 10 in the company. I was only 22, 23.
Wow.
But I was only selling 10 houses a year, and I was top 10. And that gets in the head too. I think I was good enough. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So you sold an average 10 houses a year for 10 years, or your first 10 years?
For my first 2007 to 2003, about 6 years.
About 6 years. And that's when you got into Mike Ferry.
Yes. Thanks to Jack. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. So Jack Tsai actually introduced you to Mike Ferry.
Yeah. I went to a listing open house, and he was there, and it was not someone we know, right? Not a friend or anyone. So I asked Jack, how did he get that listing? Wow. He said he was doing expired calling, and he was following the Mike Ferry system. And I was like, if he can do it, this system definitely works, right? He wasn't that good then. Yeah.
That's amazing. Raymond, I always thought that because when we met, you were already doing a lot, right? You're a single agent. I think you were doing like 30, 40 transactions. And I always thought that that's how much you did from the very beginning, but you actually sold 10 houses for the first 5 to 6 years. So would you say, that's like, how come you didn't want to go above that? Or was it just kind of like you weren't exposed to people doing a lot more?
I would say I was not exposed to people who did a lot more. At the same time, I was very comfortable with the money I was making.
I see.
Yeah. Because that's 10 houses, that's $60,000-$70,000 a year for me, and that was good for I was in my early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s. And today, how old are you today?
I'm 36 right now.
36. Okay, you still look in your 20s. That's awesome. And
I have secrets for that, and you know that. Yeah.
and Raymond, like myself, you have 2 daughters. How did having kids, motivate you to become better and make more money in your business?
Number one, it's because the bills start piling up. So that's definitely that's the obvious answer. And the second one is to look at them and then have expectation and standards for them. And then I I think that I would have to live up to the standards I'm trying to put on them. So I have to be a role model for things I think they should have be doing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So a higher level of accountability, becoming a father, and the bills started piling up. So you had to make more money. So you almost, you more than 10 times your income in the last few years.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what would you say if somebody were to ask you, how did you go from 60, 70,000 to like over 900, a million? How did you do that?
How do I do it? Okay. It's one step at a time. Yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah. And then I'm really lucky, I would say. Along the ways, I have different partners. They show up without me looking. So, and they help a lot. So, but in the beginning, I have to put in that hard work. That 3-4 hours prospecting a day, those are not something you can skip and get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For me,
I do want to talk about that. You say I'm lucky, but it's because you put in the hard work, and you put in the hard work in the first 5 to 6 years to be able to attract those partners to you naturally. But if you didn't put in that hard work, that wasn't going to happen, right?
Yeah, probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah. So guys,
I mean, if I'm still doing 10 transactions, I don't need any help, so they will not show up.
Right. Yes. So guys, when you first start in the business, you got to be prospecting 3 to 4 hours a day. Is that what you did for the first 5, 6 years?
Yeah. That's all. I mean, that's the only thing we really, how do I put it? That's the only thing we get to do, right? I didn't have any clients, no listings, no escrows. I mean, what else are you going to? What else are you going to do? Yeah.
So
my apology with my parents. Yeah,
okay.
I have told them that they're harder to control than my kids. So
that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you still have your parents, so good on you. 3 to 4 hours of prospecting each day. And so right now, since you've built the team and you have other sources of income, you have the property management income. How much do you prospect today?
My goal this year is to talk to 20 people a day. 20 people a day.
Okay. And so what I know about you is that you're not like super conventional about your contacts.
Right.
How do you do your contacts?
For prospecting, I would do however my prospect would like to get in touch, right? If they want to if they prefer to be on the phone, I call them. If they prefer to get text, I text them. Instagram, Line, WeChat, Facebook message. It all depends on how they want to be in touch. Yeah.
I love that. And a lot of times I'm asked, oh, do I have to call them, John? Like, do I have to do door knocking? I'm like, no, look at you. Like any platform, any method of communication that the person prefers, you go there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So don't be attached to how, as long as you reach out and have 20 conversations per day about real estate, that's your goal.
That's my goal. Yeah.
Perfect, guys. So don't be attached to the method. Just do it. Just go out there and do it. And what do you say to agents? You know, maybe someone who wants to join your team, like they're like, you know, I don't have enough people to call. What do you say to that?
Find people to talk to. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know how to answer that. If you have enough people, you find people to talk to. Yeah.
That's actually very simple.
Yeah. I still door knock, and I still call. I would. I'm guilty that I'm not calling for sale by owners, but then if I'm running out of numbers to call them, I will call them. Yeah.
If you're running out of numbers, you can never run out of for sale by owners. Can never run out of expireds. It's just where are you looking for more leads to call? Right. You're simply not looking hard enough if that comes into your mind. Right. Only 20 a day.
Right.
So at this point, what's the percentage of your business that comes from your COI, past clients?
About 95%.
95%. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What tips do you
Yeah,
have to cultivate that type of relational business instead of the transactional business where, you know, a lot of agents just like to cold call, but they never want to call their own people. Why?
right. You, you have to have the mindset that they do want to hear from you.
Mm.
That's number one. So you will make the call, and the second one, always provide some value to them when you're calling them.
Okay. For example, what would you say to a client right now for value?
Right now, I would call them, and so a simple method is whenever I took a listing or when I make a sales, I will call everyone I know that's around that city and let them know I just sold this house for this much. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, and if it's raining, I'll call. When I call, I'll ask them, do they need some help with the roofers?
Wow. Okay. Okay. So back up there. This is brilliant because I don't think a lot of agents do this, is that when you get a listing or when you get one sold, you're doing a just listed, just sold with your past clients and center of influence.
Right.
That's so perfect. How about nobody does that?
Yeah, maybe nobody does it. And I started doing it because I was running out of numbers to call. I have to start being creative. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. So guys, take that down. When you have a listing or when you have sold a listing, you want to call all your friends, let them know about it. If you don't like just listed, just sold calls, do that instead. And for past clients and center of influence, if you don't want to call them, you have to change your mindset about it and say, hey, they do want to hear from me.
Right. And honestly, a lot of them don't have many friends. You're probably the only one calling them anyways. So.
Raymond's gonna lose some friends on this call right here.
No. A lot of them cannot afford to lose me as a friend. So yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what a journey, you know, from doing 10 transactions a year and growing now with the team, and now you have multiple businesses. How are you compartmentalizing all that? So you have the sales business and the team, and then you have the property management and you have short-term rental. How do you balance all that?
I'm sorry, what does compartmentalizing mean?
Compartmentalizing.
Oh,
so separating them, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you come into your office and you're like, okay, well, should I do this or should I do this or should I do this?
Okay, I see. Okay, thanks for the vocabulary of the day for me. Yeah. So how I do it, I follow Gary Keller's system. You can only probably, the direct people that talk to you can not be more than 7 people. So you have to find your 7 people to delegate stuff to. So so my short-term rental and my property management, we had meeting once a week.
Okay.
That's pretty much all my part is to have to attend that meeting. Because both of them are, Elan is our the kind of the CEO of the short-term rental company.
Yeah.
Yvonne is the CEO for property management company, and they can do everything themselves. Yeah, it's not like they're my assistant or anything. They're running the show. I'm only there to. I honestly, sometimes they have the solutions already. I'm only there to say, yes, I think that sounds great. So, and then with my daily job, everything I'm doing right now is to design it in a way that all I have to do is prospecting. All I have to do is to work in the income generating side of the business. Yeah.
Interesting. So get this down, guys. If you're running multiple businesses and if you want to do multiple things, yes, you can, but you can only talk to no more than 7 people directly. Right. And once you delegate that, you're really, you know, at the higher level where you're just coming into the meeting and saying, yes, go for it or don't go for it. But you're not talking to a whole bunch of people managing, you know, 20, 30 people for all those businesses, correct?
Right. Yeah, it's hard and it's not effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks to you. You introduced me extreme ownership, and
Oh, I
that's
did.
a great. Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you read it, or you were just posting it?
I did read it, Extreme Ownership. And the
Yeah.
second one I got introduced to by the same authors, guys, if you want to become a great leader, is Dichotomy
Uh-huh.
of Leadership. So that's a follow-up
Yeah.
to that book. And
Right.
yeah, what a game changer. And thank you. Thank you for taking my recommendation, because I
Uh-huh.
learn from you as a leader. I look to you to become a better
Uh-huh.
leader every single day. So thank you for inspiring us. Yeah.
No, that book changes how I think of a problem, like ownership, who owns it, right?
Okay.
And then that's the same mindset I'm trying to implement. Not trying, I already implemented into our teams.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
And
So
so becoming a great leader, working hard all those years, now you have a family,
mhm.
and it looks like you guys have a great family culture. Like you're always spending time with the daughters and you're producing at a
Right.
high level. How do you balance that with family and work?
It's about balancing. I like to use the word. It's balancing. It's never going to be balanced, right? You always
Okay,
have
it's
to, yeah, you always
balancing.
saying, yeah. I think I learned that from Tom Ferry. Yeah, one of his audiobooks talks about you have to always balancing this life work um, percentage. Yeah,
Interesting. So it's never balanced, guys. And balance is a
yeah,
myth. You're always trying to balance. You're always
right,
working at it. And it's never stagnant like this. Oh, you're perfectly
right,
balanced.
right.
It's never like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be out of balance here and then you put it right back.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think the key it's always to measure. Everything has to be measured, right? Relationship, family, work, your finance. You always have to constantly review and see where you're at. And then
Mm.
if you're short on one part, you have to work on that part more that week, that month, or even that year. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you and your wife have set goals together, plan business and life together?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I thought
um,
you do, because you guys are always on the same page. As far as I can see, you guys go work out
so,
together, you support her
right, right,
business, and she supports your business.
right. I um I want to. Okay, this is not like we don't talk to each other. It's more of we believe in we. 'Cause I have this philosophy that I'll take care of myself for you,
Mm.
and you will take yourself for me. So
No.
as long as we're taking care of each other, I mean ourselves, then everything should be good, right? Meaning, if you're not happy about something, say it.
Oh,
Right? We don't have to wait till like a weekly meeting to go over it. For me, that's how I believe.
interesting. So you're very open in your communication in your relationship.
Yes, I whine a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start whining now to Crystal. That's great, man. So congratulations on the big business and multiple businesses. What do you think you can do, or what's your vision in the next 5 to 10 years for your business?
For my business, I'm looking for more efficiency, not to grow more people, but per agent transactions, increase the per agent transactions
Gotcha.
for the real estate business. Yeah, and then also my assistant Cherry has been great on
Mm.
running everything from set the listing up, negotiating the contract to request repair, all the mundane stuff. She's really good with it. So the next 5 to 10 years, I want to focus even more on
Mm.
lead generating. Yeah, lead generating clients. Yeah. I like to talk to people, um, and I'm gonna do what I do the best. Yeah,
That's awesome. So really,
yeah.
it's not about growing a huge team, because that you could do that. Yeah, I assert that you could do that, but you actually want to grow more transactions per agent, which is
Right.
common sense. But like we don't think about that. We just want to grow the team, maybe
Hmm.
because of ego. So you don't have that. You just want to grow efficiency.
Yes, and
Interesting.
I, I don't I don't like to talk to too many people. So I
Well,
want
thank
to
you
keep
for
the team.
talking to
Yeah.
30 of us today.
Yeah. No, I mean, as in, I don't want to spare my kind of not spare. I don't want to divide my time into too many people
Right.
where then I cannot provide the value I can provide when versus when it's just one or two.
You
Yeah.
don't want to spread yourself too thin. I get that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Man, so a lot of us look up to you, especially our Taiwanese, Tongbao. They're all here, looking at you. Like, what would you say to them, if they wanted to get to your level? What are the ingredients?
Um, number one, my level is not that high, so I just want to put it out there. So,
Come
yeah,
on.
but to because everyone's different, right? My 50 transactions could be someone's 20 transaction, meaning they only have to get to 20 to feel that excitement. So to grow to where your goal is, let me put it that way then. To grow your goal is you have to set up that business plan. And then to know every single day what you need to do.
Okay.
Because when we set a goal, my goal and Jack's goal was we want to make $100,000 a year in the beginning, but for 1 or 2 years we only keep saying it, not really knowing how to get there, right? We only say this year is the year I'm gonna make 100K, and then another year is this year is the year. We didn't do and then finally when we made it on the same year to hit that $100,000 is when
Nice.
we said that we both not join coaching, but we really follow a business plan. How many people you're going to talk to a day, right? And follow a schedule.
Wow. Okay.
It's the day when you treat your schedule like a real job. That's when you can really grow. Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's as simple as, guys, setting that goal, right?
Right.
And you set that $100,000 goal for a few years. You never hit
Right.
it, right? But then one day
No.
you hit it. But if you hadn't
Right.
set that goal, you probably would still be stuck at $60,000-$70,000.
Yeah. And then set the goal is one important part, and then have that plan of actions that what you're gonna execute on a daily basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So goal and then daily actions. You got to chunk it down and see, okay, what do I need to do today to move me forward towards that goal?
Right.
Got it. So Raymond, you've made it. I think you got a great family, you got a great business. The property management residual income's really good too. Like, why? What's your why? Why are you working so hard?
It's actually very simple. It's the choices that we can create for our families and everybody that I care about. The choices I can create for myself, and then there's a movie I forgot, but the more resource you have, the more fuck you can say to people, right? I mean, I don't mean in a mean way or bad way. It's more of when you're financially stable, when your business is good, your pipeline is full, you make better decisions, right? Yeah, what I'm doing right now is to create more income, more resources, so I don't have that weak moment that I have to say yes to the things I usually would say no.
Interesting. So really it comes back to having a better life in general, because if you don't have any resources, if you don't have money, you might become desperate to say yes to opportunities that really weren't that great for you. So you want to be able to create that for yourself and your family, to not be in that position to say things that you don't want to say yes to.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's important for me. Yeah. And buying the time back. All I'm about now is how can I get more time?
Ooh, okay. So working really, really hard to, create better lifestyle and get your time back.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's important for me. Yeah.
I love that. I think that's what we're all going for. Ultimately, it's freedom and a better lifestyle, right?
What type of lifestyle are you looking for? I mean, you're already
Raymond, this
living
is your
in.
interview, not mine.
I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah.
You know what?
'Cause-
Same as you. We just so you, if and, you know, people on the call don't know, we both have two daughters, and we
Right.
want them to have a better life. And ultimately, I do want to have the freedom that you know, everybody wants to have, and to be able to spend time with my girls, just like you.
Right.
Right. So, you know, that's ultimately what we want. At the end of the day, it's freedom, options, and choices. So
Right. I think the biggest goal I've accomplished is I'm able to take them to school and pick them up every day.
wow.
That's the big, really big goal that I set up when they were born. Yeah.
Amazing. I don't do that. I still don't do
Don't
that.
do that?
So thank you for putting me to
Yeah.
shame. Raymond,
Uh-huh.
one last piece of advice for the audience for have us kick off 2022 the right way.
2022, it's if you're already doing well, find something to make you feel stupid again. And yeah, and then ask yourself, when was the last time you do something for the first time? Right. And then that I ask myself that every now and then.
Wow.
And yeah, to make this year different than last year. That's important for me, and I think that's something I can share with everyone. Yeah.
So really it's getting out of your comfort zone, guys. When you are the smartest person in that room full of people, you're in the wrong room. Go do something that you've never done before, because if you want a higher level of production, you got to do something that you didn't do the year before. I hope that makes sense.
Right.
Raymond, thank you so much for today. How do we send you referrals? How do we follow you on social media?
Referrals, you can call me at 626-329-3986.
Okay.
And social media, you just, yeah, if you Google Raymond Tsai, you'll find me.
Okay.
And only because there are not many Raymond Tsai out there. So yeah, you will be able to find me.
We have a Raymond Tsai here locally. He's a dentist, and I went to high school with him. So, you know.
Really?
There's more than you
introduce
think.
us.
Okay. Raymond,
Okay.
thank you for sharing with us today. Big congratulations to your business. And, you know, let's look forward to 2022. Make it the best year. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. All the best,
Bye.
guys.